Hello everyone, my name is John Dorsley and I'm the Engagement Specialist for your United Way. I'm excited to announce a new video series called The Uniters. Over the next year, I'll be visiting our various community partners and talking with them about our partnership and work in the community. For the first episode of this series, I've invited a special guest to talk about the work of United Way and help explain what we do to those who may not know. I wonder where she is. I know how to get her here though. United we listen, united we respond, united we envision, united we're strong.
Hey John, how are you doing today?
Hi Wendy, thank you for being here with me. So without further ado, let's get started. So Wendy, how would you explain what United Way does to someone who may have never heard of us or still doesn't quite understand?
Well, and I can understand, it's kind of complex. Admittedly, I didn't know that much about United Way either when I first sort of joined the organization. You kind of knew, you give United Way money and they do good things, but it was really interesting to get into, first of all, the history of United Way. It's over 100 years old, and it really started out actually after the first pandemic that affected our country and the First World War. And, it started taking money in from community members and investing it in places where they saw the greatest need, which is still what we do today, right? And we're focused on education, housing stability, financial security, and health, but we do it in a different way now because we're able to use data and data research that wasn't available then. We have community partners, volunteers that help us make investment decisions, and including in that group are people with lived experience, which I think is really important for the authenticity of this investment. Now, at United Way, it's our focus to make sure that every dollar that's given to the organization, it goes into something that is well researched, that we know is successful and makes sense, but is also on the ground and a trusted program for people. So I really love thinking of United Way as like a philanthropic advisor, like you have a financial planner or financial advisor. United Way can be your philanthropic advisor here in the community.
I'll be honest too, I was in that same boat. When I was applying for my current position, I had no idea what United Way did or what it was, but also being able to learn along the way. And this kind of helps lead into my second question. So how does United Way work with other community organizations to impact the four focus areas?
So, as I mentioned, we do invest dollars, but then we also create connectivity with a lot of our partners through 211 so that folks can have access to the programs they offer and find their needs met through many, many partners in our community. And when I talk about partners, it's not just nonprofits here in town who have program efforts. We're talking about our local government, our county government, our corporate partners who also invest in programs. We all have to work together to try to secure families' well-being. So partnership at United Way is everything, and so lots of conversation, again, lots of sharing of data, and then ideas around volunteerism, advocacy. We just have a lot of opportunity at United Way to all work together for community.
I couldn't say that any better myself, and honestly, one of my favorite parts of working here is the relationships I've been able to build personally with other people doing this work and being even more aware of the different ways I myself can impact the community. Another question I have is, there are many people out there who maybe they support our work and they like that what we're doing, but they may not be in a position to support us financially. What would you suggest other ways that people support us, if not through financial donations?
I appreciate that, especially if you're earlier in your career or just starting out. You've got a lot of student loans, you've got a family to take care of, so it is hard to give money sometimes, but we definitely want you to lean in and volunteer. That is a great way to do it. Do you know that it's worth an hour's worth of volunteer time is actually worth over $20 to an organization, because that's somebody they don't have to pay for work to get done that needs to be taken care of in community. And we have lots of volunteer opportunities through United Way. A number of our partners, they need that kind of support and help, especially during the pandemic. We saw a lot of senior citizens who used to be active volunteers have to step back and really take care of their health. And so it was badly needed in community to get volunteers in from corners that we had never really brought in before. The other thing you can do too is a lot of advocacy and work. Pay attention to our social media, take advantage of our advocacy discussions and that sort of thing, where we try to support family, again, in that health arena, education, financial stability, and housing security. These things are very important, and we want to have those conversations and make sure our lawmakers understand that how our community feels that this is an invaluable service. So get involved, volunteer, advocate, and when the time comes and you're prepared and ready, know that if you give $1 to United Way, it will be well researched and cared for in the investment.
I love those suggestions, Wendy. At the end of the day, wealth is not a prerequisite for being a philanthropist. As long as people are willing to dedicate their time, skills, and knowledge towards a cause, they can still positively impact others in our community. My last question is, what do you envision for the future of United Way?
So I think the future of the United Way needs to really look at, you know, it's an 100-year-old organization, so it's easy to think about kind of like an old guy institutional thing. And I really want to think about a few things here that I think are invaluable. I think, first of all, sharing our data, and as I call it, democratizing data, making sure people really understand how the community is situated and can do better for families so that they can be stronger and gain better financial security. And we really want to work through that. The other thing that I think we need to think a lot about at United Way is our investment process. You know, we talk about social determinants of health, but I think we also need to lean on environmental determinants of health and how, you know, climate change is affecting people, and United Way can be instrumental in supporting people in that process. The other thing too is collaborative funding. You know, I talked about our corporate funders and the people we fund and you know, bringing all of that together. I think that here at United Way, we have an opportunity to bring a lot of folks together and to be very constructive about how we take that data, take our volunteers who think about investment, and have a better overarching investment process in our community. And when I say I want us to be a really strong philanthropic advisor, it goes a long way to bringing all these partners together to make that change. So I guess that's what I'm hoping and envisioning for United Way. And always as volunteers, finding more opportunities so people can really settle into some special skills they have. And we're discovering those every day with our partners, better ways to serve in communities. So we're looking forward to what the future holds. We wanted to make it an organization that's fun and it's better for the generations behind us and not always thinking about the history.
Well said, Wendy. I personally am happy to have your leadership here to help guide my work and the work of other United Way staff. And I just want to thank you again for your time and helping kick off this new video series. I know people in the community will love to hear about our partnerships, and I'll make sure you stay tuned for our first video that will premiere on Tuesday and feature Great Lakes Community Action Partnership.
Okay, great. Thank you, Jonathan.